Alright friends, in this session we will add two numbers. So, functions in Python can accept parameters, perform operation and output results. We can do this addition operation with two different ways. One of them, we can print the result directly from the function. The other, we can return a value we will use outside the function. We will see later. Returning value we will see later. In this lesson, we will just print the number and take arguments. So, let's change our function name. It can be sum. We will do sum operation. And change this function name to. So, inside the parentheses, I write arguments. The arguments, for example, 5 and 4. These are our arguments. And I need to define a function parameters here. Because when I call it, I am sending some values to the function. So, it can be number 1. It can be any name, by the way. And I put comma and then number 2. Here you see, I'm sending 5. It's equal to number 1 here. I'm sending 4. It's equal to number 2 in the function. So here, number 1 and number 2 are parameters that receive values passed to the function. Here, 5 and 4 are arguments provided to the function call. So let's use number 1 and number 2. I'm inside the function, and then I can define new variable like result is equal to number 1 plus number 2. And then inside the print function, I can say sum of the numbers, and then I put comma, and what's my result? I use result variable. So if I run it, I right click, I run it, you see sum of the numbers is 9. I'm sending 5 and 4. In print function, if you use like that, after comma variable, it gives one space to the end. And here you see a space here. So if I change my arguments, instead of 5, I put 15, and instead of 4, I put 14. If I run it, you see, right now, number 1 is 15, and number 2 is 14. And the result becomes 29. And I print to the screen sum of the numbers 29. Super. We can print it without storing it to the variable. We can print directly, like number 1 plus number 2. Sum of the numbers, number 1 plus number 2. If I run it, you see same result. You can do what you like to do. Here, the important topic is the function currently doesn't return a value. It only prints the result, you see. We have another way to do that. We can return a value and use it outside the function. We will see them. I'm sending my arguments and I define parameters here. In the function, these parameters are equal to the arguments, what I sent. Here, number 1 is equal to 15. Here, number 2 is equal to 14. If I change it, number 1 equal to that value, number 2 will be equal to that value. I hope you understand it. See you in the next lesson. In the next lesson, we will learn return statement.